Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be going over the Premier League Team of the Week for the 26th of July 2020, the final Team of the Week of the Premier League season. Of course, all the games were played in one day, so all 10 Premier League games were yesterday and all 20 teams competed. It's usually a difficult one to do a Premier League Team of the Week on the final day because most players are probably on their holidays already. And of course, it has been confirmed the Premier League will restart on the 12th of September. So we've only actually got around about an 8 or 7 week break this time around. So a shorter break than usual, which is nice, really, to be honest with you, especially after everything that's happened this year. So yeah, I look forward to the Premier League returning. But the last day of the season was relatively eventful, one of the more eventful ones we've had over the last few years. So I'll get straight on with it. Goalkeeper, a 4-3-3 formation as usual, by the way. Goalkeeper, Alex McCarthy. Yeah, another mention for Alex McCarthy. I've mentioned him a lot in these videos recently. I've been just very impressed with Alex McCarthy, and he had a very good game. Southampton picked up a 3-1 win over Sheffield United to round off what's been a pretty good season for Southampton, where they finished 11th in the table. If you'd say that to them after that 9-0 defeat against Leicester, most of them would probably have taken that in a heartbeat. But yeah, Alex McCarthy he did concede one goal, which he could do nothing about, to be fair. But the goals, the shots that he saved, made 2 or 3 really good saves in the game, McCarthy, and I mean really good saves. So yeah, it's weird to not really give it to someone who kept a clean sheet, but I actually think, to be fair to him, he had a very good game, McCarthy, in goal. So I'm going to go with him. I think since the restart, he's been absolutely brilliant, McCarthy, to be honest with you. He's appeared in a lot of my Team of the Weeks, and I am a massive fan of him. He's gone very much under the radar for his performances. And yeah, so fair play to him. I'd definitely put him in goal. Right back, Tariq Lamptey. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Tariq Lamptey since he signed for Brighton, to be fair. I watched a little bit of him for Chelsea when they played against Arsenal back in December, and even then he looks quite talented. I have been impressed, and I think this was another good performance. Brighton picks up an impressive 2-1 win away at Burnley, a good result to end the season for Brighton in what's been a relatively successful season for them in staying in the Premier League. But yeah, Tariq Lamptey played really well at right back. He looks pretty good going forward. Very athletic and stuff like that, so I am quite impressed with him, to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to say him at right back. There wasn't many standout right backs, admittedly, but I'm going to go with Tariq Lamptey overall. Centre back, Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, Virgil van Dijk, again, a really good. I mean, it's not surprising to see Virgil van Dijk put in a good performance. Well, to be fair, since the restart, it actually kind of is, because he's not been playing very well. But, I mean, that's just complacency. Of course, Liverpool have long had the title won. But, yeah, no, to be fair to Van Dijk, he played very well against Newcastle. Liverpool conceded in the opening 30 seconds against them, but from then, they really came back into it. And, yeah, they were thoroughly deserved winners. Van Dijk scored a header as well. Van Dijk generally had a really composed game, and he was a threat going forward all day as well. So, yeah, I'm going to say Van Dijk was definitely in case Team of the Week, and of course, Van Dijk's excellent anyway, to be fair to him, and this was another good performance here. Centre-back, Tyrone Mings. Yeah, I'm going to pick a Villa centre-back, mainly because I do think they defended really well against West Ham. It was a good opponent for Villa on the final day of the season, admittedly. West Ham, a team who've just survived, they're kind of on their holidays, so it was a pretty decent opponent for them to face. Of course, the game ended a draw in the end, but for the most part, Villa defended really well, and the goal they conceded was a complete freak goal from Yarmolenko that deflected in off Jack Grealish. So I'm going to say Tyrone Mings at centre-back, just because I think that he did defend really well. To be fair to Tyrone Mings, he has had a good season, but he has been in a pretty poor defence, so it kind of goes a bit under the radar. But yeah, I mean, to be fair to Mings, a good performance from him, and yeah, Villa have stayed up, of course, as we all know by now. So, and Mings did a very good job in defence as well. Shame he didn't quite get that clean sheet, but still, a good performance in defence from Mings. He's been Villa's best defender this season by quite some way. Left back, Diego Rico. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the end of the road for Bournemouth in the Premier League. Their 5-year stay is officially over, but Diego Rico had a really good game against Everton. Bournemouth picked up a 3-1 win against Everton to sign off, and Diego Rico had a really good game. He got an assist for the second goal of the match as well. Diego Rico's been pretty decent for Bournemouth recently, so maybe he'll get a good run in the Championship for them. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame for Bournemouth. The road has ended here for them. But yeah, Rico, this is one last final Team of the Week for a Bournemouth player, and Rico is the man to get in at left back. Admittedly, there weren't many standout left backs. I kind of had a tough time choosing this, but yeah, I'm going to go with Rico overall. Centre defensive midfield, Wavez Bissouma. I can't actually pronounce his first name, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm going to go with Wavez Bissouma. I think that he scored a really good goal, and again, Brighton picked up a really good win against Burnley away. And Bissouma, I think, is quite an underrated midfielder, actually. never really gets much of a mention. He could well have been in my underrated, the underrated team of the season, Basuma, at times. He has been very good, and scored a really good goal in the game as well. His first ever for Brighton, I believe that was. So, yeah, Basuma is a good engine in midfield, and he was really good against Burnley for me, probably the best player on the pitch. So, yeah, for me, team of the week holding midfield, a pretty easy choice for Basuma. I think he was very good. Centre midfield, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, not really a surprise, is it, that Kevin De Bruyne, he's probably appeared in the majority of, if I was doing team of the weeks all season, De Bruyne would have appeared in pretty much all of them. So, most of them anyway. This was another great performance. Yeah, it's Norwich at home, who are already long relegated, but still, De Bruyne was excellent. He bagged his 20 assists. He's equalled the record along with Thierry Henry. But yeah, De Bruyne, though, brilliant performance. Scored 2 goals, got an assist. Just brilliant to watch De Bruyne when he's on form. It's been a great season for him. It's a shame Man City's season hasn't been so good, but they can still win the Champions League, so you never know what's going to happen there. But yeah, De Bruyne's had an excellent season, though, and he deserves to be right up there, Player of the Year. But yeah, another brilliant performance from De Bruyne. Easy choice. Centre midfield, Jack Grealish. Yeah, a bit of a controversial one in a way. I don't think Grealish was excellent against West Ham by any means, but I really couldn't think of anything else, and in the circumstances, the goal for Villa was so important from Grealish that he came up big when it mattered, and that's what Grealish has been doing all season. If it wasn't for Jack Grealish, I think Villa would be... They'd be long relegated, maybe. Grealish has had a really good season, and I really doubted at the start of the season whether Grealish was good enough for Aston Villa, but no, he's good enough for the Premier League, with Aston Villa, but no, to be fair, he's been absolutely superb this season, and yeah, I mean, he deserves Team of the Week just for the goal alone, really, and how big the goal was. But yeah, fair play to him, Grealish. He's had a very good season, and this just tops it off, really. He scored the very important goal that near enough kept them up as well. So yeah, I mean, Villa are going to have a job hanging on to him in the summer, though, I must say. I mean, if he leaves Villa, they've got some big problems next season. Right wing, Mason Mount. Yeah, Mason Mount, it's been a relatively successful season for Mount. He's made the step up to the Championship. From Derby County, and yeah, to be fair to Mount, he's been very good for Chelsea this season. Lampard showed a lot of faith in him. Mount, he's played a lot of games. Final game of the season against Wolves, a game where Chelsea only needed a draw. They got the 2-0 win in the end. Mason Mount came up good for him. Very good performance from him. And yeah, got a goal and an assist. And yeah, Mount, no, it's been a successful season, and fair play to Lampard for showing the faith that he has in him as well. But yeah, this, was a great performance to end for Mason Mount. Chelsea still have the cup final next week against Arsenal, which of course I hope they lose, but they've still got that to possibly rack up a top 4 finish and a trophy, which if you offered a Chelsea fan that at the start of the season, they'd have absolutely taken it. So yeah, fair play to Mount. Left wing, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yeah, didn't quite get the golden boot that he might have thought he'd had after half an hour, but Aubameyang had a very good game, scored 2 goals, and yeah, he's unlucky to not get that golden boot, but he's had a great season. If it wasn't for him, Arsenal would be right down there. And the only reason I put him on the left wing is because that's where he played yesterday. So yeah, I had to, kind of had to put him where positions that they played in. But yeah, Aubameyang though, great season for him again, another 20-goal season. And yeah, Team of the Week, there's 2 goals as well, so an easy option for Team of the Week from the left wing. Striker, Che Adams. Yeah, probably one of the first teams Che Adams is going to appear in. But I will say that because he scored 2 goals and he was very good in Southampton's home win against Sheffield United. Big handful. And yeah, again, I've got to say Adams because he did no other striker bagged 2, I don't think, over the weekend as well. So yeah, Che Adams, he's not really much of an important game. Well, not an important game at all. Both teams are mid-table. But yeah, I'd say Che Adams though for my striker of the week. But yeah, that's the 11. Manager, I'm going to go with Frank Lampard. Could have gone with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because United picked up a very important win over Leicester, but I think Leicester were just very wasteful. If Leicester actually took their chances, I think it wasn't necessarily a masterclass from Manchester United. I think Leicester just very wasteful in front of goal. But Frank Lampard's performance against Wolves, though, wasn't the team's performance. Frank Lampard got it spot on, in my opinion, and Wolves aren't an easy team to beat. So yeah, fair play to Lampard. He got it spot on, and obviously overall to get top 4, it's been a successful season for Chelsea and Lampard overall. And result of the week: West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1. I'm only really saying that because it's the most important because it kept Villa in the Premier League. I mean, obviously it's going to be the most important this week. If it was any other time in the season, it definitely wouldn't have been. But yeah, easy 1-1 all, and of course Villa have stayed in the Premier League, a great escape. So yeah, that's got to be the result of the week. And yeah, just a quick mention of what did happen over the weekend as well. Of course, Man United and Chelsea made up the top 4 places. United finished third on goal difference. Chelsea fourth, a point above Leicester, I believe it was. So yeah, off a couple of points maybe, but yeah. So yeah, fair play. Leicester though, I'll be very disappointed if I was a Leicester fan, to be honest with you. They were in a good enough position to get top 4 at Christmas. They need to be disappointed with how their form's been since then. But yeah, they've only got themselves to blame, I hate to say. And yeah, Man United and Chelsea have got in the top 4 places, and it'll be Liverpool, City, United and Chelsea next season, which will be an interesting Champions League race. Well, Champions League 4 teams, and to say it's going to be a race between them 4, but you know what I mean. And then Europa League places are made up by Leicester City, Tottenham Hotspur, and it depends out of if Arsenal win the FA Cup, it'll be Arsenal, but if they don't, it'll be Wolves. So whatever happens there, of course. And then the relegation zone, Watford, Bournemouth and Norwich have all been relegated. Norwich were relegated a few weeks ago, so we won't talk about that one. But yeah, for Bournemouth, it's the end of the road of what's been a real Cinderella story for Bournemouth, to be fair to them. Of course, they have been relegated and their fans will be gutted, but yeah, the Bournemouth fans have got to remember where they've came from at the end of the day. It is sad that they've gone down, and it's caught up with them defensively in the Premier League era. They haven't been good enough over the last 5 years, and this season their strikers haven't had the numbers that they've been getting. So it's a testament to the strikers that they've kept Bournemouth in the Premier League for so long. But unfortunately, this season the form hasn't been good enough from the likes of Callum Wilson, Josh King, and Dominic Solanke, and it's caught up with them, and they're relegated. And hopefully, Bournemouth will be hoping for an immediate return, but I think that's going to be difficult, unfortunately. But hey, it's been a great story for Bournemouth. The fairy tale story has come to an end, but maybe they'll bounce back and they will be straight back next season. I'm going to miss Bournemouth though. It's been a real joy to watch a club like them in the Premier League for 5 years. And Watford, I mean, when you sack managers as regularly as they do, it's always going to come eventually. Too many managers sacked over the last few years. Too many changes at the club. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it was coming, I must say. I mean, they've been, they've said they've not really been hanging on Watford. They've been a mid-table club for a few years. I mean, just over a year ago, technically, they were in the FA Cup final, 11th place Premier League finish, and now it's just fallen apart for them this season. 3 managers in the same season. Yeah, it's unfortunately Watford might have a job coming back up as well, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's it overall. So that's what happened at the weekend as well. That's the final Premier League, like the big things that have. Of course, Liverpool are champions, which you knew a long time ago. Congratulations to them. And yeah, hopefully next season, with restarting soon, will be very good as well. It will restart without fans, but hopefully they're allowed back in sooner rather than later. And yeah, I'll be back with my Premier League team of the season in a few days' time. And I'll be reviewing the season as a whole and then looking forward to the next one on the channel coming up. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.